Thank you, Chair Edwards, Chair Day, for holding this hearing. To all the members of the committee, I appreciate all of your work on this bill, both this session and last session. I'd also like to briefly thank our House sponsors, Jim O'Day, Representative O'Day, Representative Cruz, the coalition, stakeholders, and all who have reached out in support or have shared their thoughts on this bill. I'm going to be brief because we have the real experts at the table with me here today, and their testimony is far more valuable. We all know here in Massachusetts we have a long history of advancing criminal justice reform, from limiting mandatory minimums and implementing pretrial reforms to spearheading comprehensive youth diversion programs. We are proud to be national leaders in promoting rehabilitation over incarceration. This legislation builds on this progress by addressing the issue of the age of criminal majority. In Massachusetts, as you've heard, that age is currently set at 18 years old, and the proposed legislation would gradually raise it, which would allow many young offenders to go through the juvenile system rather than the adult criminal justice system. In recent years, advances in the field of brain science has expanded what we know about human cognitive development during these years. As you know, the overwhelming body of scientific evidence and research tells us that the prefrontal cortex, which governs decision-making and regulates impulsive behavior, does not stop developing until the age of 25. Young people should learn from their mistakes, but they shouldn't be haunted by them for the rest of their lives in the way that they would be if charged under the adult criminal justice system. Additionally, the juvenile justice system provides much more comprehensive services to ensure that youthful offenders are rehabilitated and do not reoffend. The Department of Youth Services, which handles cases involving youthful offenders, has a range of services aimed at diversion away from the criminal justice system and towards rehabilitation. Our state prisons continue to make strong steps towards improving in these areas, but DYS still offers the most comprehensive set of rehabilitative services for young people. This is why young offenders discharged from DYS have significantly lower recidivism rates than offenders of the same age discharged from adult facilities. Finally, we have implemented this type of reform in the past to great effect. The age of criminal majority in Massachusetts used to be 17, but in 2013 we raised the age to 18. In that time, we have seen a decrease in juvenile crime and significant improvement in long-term outcomes for those individuals who were moved through the juvenile justice system rather than the adult criminal justice system. Together, the science, statistics, and the history certainly show that we should pass this transformative legislation. We all have friends, family members, former classmates, neighbors who made a mistake at a young age, and we've seen the results and how they can vary and how individuals can get stuck in the criminal justice system for their lives, or they can receive the services, supports they need to come out and benefit the entire community. I appreciate this committee's attention to this bill, and with that, I will turn it over to Leon.
Good afternoon to the chairs and members of the committee. I am proud to testify today as Executive Director of Citizens for Juvenile Justice in support of Senate 1061, a critical, urgent, and necessary bill to improve our long-term public safety and address the inexcusably poor outcomes that emerging adults in the adult criminal system experience. Quite simply, our current retribution-centered approach to this population is not working. It's not helping kids get better, and it's not making our communities safer, as evidenced by them having by far the highest recidivism rate in the entire criminal justice system. As you've heard, 76% recidivism rate for rearraignment in court, a 55% reconviction rate. We cannot claim that an approach works when it fails that many of our young people. But we have a better way. With a proven track record, the juvenile system for decades has served emerging adults through youth committed to DYS until their 21st birthday under the Youthful Offender Statute. Despite this population having serious charges and complex issues, they have only a 46% rearraignment rate and a 22% reconviction rate, significantly lower than their same age counterparts in the adult system. Quite simply, the juvenile system puts these young people in a better position to succeed in life, and we should extend the positive youth development approach of the juvenile system to the 18 to 20-year-old population. This would ensure that approaches proven by research to help young people desist from crime would be available on a systemic level. Approaches like individualized case planning, family engagement, real access to education and mental health treatment to address trauma. These are services that are either rarely provided, as a pending lawsuit regarding the lack of education and special education services in adult correctional settings establishes, are only provided in an uneven, piecemeal, or limited fashion that doesn't come close to reaching all of the youth in this age group. It also avoids young people being placed in toxic environments around older offenders that makes them more likely, not less likely, to reoffend. The juvenile system's lower recidivism rates prove that it gets better results and it leaves our young people better off once they exit the system.
I will submit my comments on racial disparities in writing because of time.